I am back on the roof, and today I'm going to show you how I go about fitting eaves protectors, or eaves trays as they also get called. Hi folks, and welcome back to the show. The good news is the wasp's nest is completely dead. I've hoovered it out from the inside, completely gone. There might still be the odd straggler that's kind of trapped under the eaves here, but for all intents and purposes, wasp nest issues are resolved. But one thing I want to get done before winter is to get some eaves trays fitted all the way along the roof, because the felt at the edge tends to be a little bit vulnerable on older properties that can get damaged, and then that can result in other problems. And really, this is another one of those examples where, you know, you see a finished house, especially like older properties, and it's all a bit of an illusion because it looks like this kind of perfect house that you would never think anything goes wrong on. And actually behind the scenes, in order to keep an older house in good condition, you're always having to do little jobs like this. And I'm saying little jobs, this isn't exactly a small job, but access is relatively easy for us because we've got the lean-to extension on the back so I can stand on top of the roof. If you didn't have something like that, really you'd need scaffolding. Anyway, first thing that I'm going to do is to take off the first row of tiles all the way along. You can just slide the tiles up, but sometimes that can damage the old bitumen sarking felt, so it's just as easy to take the tiles out, and it also gives us an opportunity to repair any damaged battens or anything like that. So time to crack on. So, first task, as you can see, there's quite a bit of remedial work to do here. We've got a batten that needs replaced here. It's completely rotted away to literally nothingness, so that all needs replaced. We need to clean up underneath here because I need to lift this felt up and it's just going to make a mess otherwise. So I've moved the tiles as far back as I can, and I'll get the old trusty Henry Hoover out and we'll do a bit of a clean-up job. I'm also trying to clean on top of the fascia as well. I'll tell you why in a minute. And I'm going to have to come up with some sort of solution for these old gutter brackets, because that's what caused the wasp nest problem in the first place. So yeah, we'll come to that very shortly. The fascias are more or less okay considering they're 100 years old, but yeah, we're going to try and remedy a few things on that side as well. So we're all cleaned up. I've got all the rotten bits of batten cut out. Obviously these need to be cut at a rafter. What I've also done, I've just managed to kind of knock the top of these nails off for the old gutter brackets. I don't know if you can see. So this bracket was basically sitting on there like that. So I've managed to knock those nails off, and I'm just popping them to one side. It's not going to do any harm. And then I can fit my little angle brackets on the front here to block these holes in the fascia. So I'm going to do that and give it a quick lick of paint just to try and eke a little bit more life out of this fascia because, as I say, it's 100 years old. There's the odd little bit where it's just starting to rot, and if I just get some primer on that, I mean, you'll never see it once the eaves protectors are on, but if I can get some primer on that, and it'll just eke a bit more life out of it. And yeah, I'll come back to you kind of once that's done. Right, we're getting there. So I've put some primer all the way over the top of the eaves, as I say, just to try and get a little bit more life out of them. I've fitted all of the little angle brackets, and I've also filled a little gap underneath with a little bit of frame sealant. It's not the prettiest job in the world. No one's ever going to see it, but it is what it is, and it's going to make the roof last probably get another 10 or 20 years out of this with any luck. Most of the battens seem to be absolutely fine. It's just in the odd place where obviously tiles have slipped over time that battens have rotted away. Anyway, what I want to get done before I finish for today is to get the eaves protectors actually in, and then later on I'll put the tiles back and the battens and all that sort of thing. What I've had to do, because the eaves protectors are a little bit longer than the gap I've got before you hit the next row of battens, because I don't particularly want to take this batten out, so I've just had to notch the eaves protectors using my multi-tool, and yeah, it is what it is. Again, I'm not taking yet another batten out because that could just end up damaging the sarking felt even more, and you end up kind of working back, and before long you can end up replacing the whole roof. This is probably going to be the hardest one to fit. I've put a mark on the end here so I know how far underneath this eaves protector we're going, but this is going to be a little bit awkward because I need to get under this and I need to get under the sarking felt, and the sarking felt is in quite a bizarre kind of shape. So yeah, wish us luck. Going to be the bane of my life, these gutter brackets. Basically, there's a screw sticking up kind of there. Well, come on. Yes, come on. We're nearly there. I do really want to put some fixings into this if I can. I'll probably just have to fix it into the fascia because I can't really get to the rafters. Having said that, I mean, in a million years this isn't going to move. I'm quite happy with that, I think. I mean, on this particular type of eaves protector, I think technically, this bit's supposed to sit on top of the fascia, but with the way things are kind of working out, this bit's sitting on top of the fascia. I don't know if it really matters. We've got quite a good overhang here, so I don't know. And then I don't need to notch them if I'm doing that. And that better matches what the roofers did on this side. So I think I'm going to do that. We've ended up with a gap here. That is fine. What I'm going to do is just add an extra section to cover this little bit. It'll have to go between, well, just between two rafters. But again, I've got some sarking I need to fix there. But other than that, it's looking good. So, oh, look at that. I mean, obviously it's going to need some fixings in it, but should do the job, I think. Oh yes, I'll do. As I say, I'll get some fixings in it tomorrow. I need to do the same up there. Oh yes, we are motoring. Get some of these back in. Why are you not sitting right? It's a bent tile. What's the chances? That's better. Tile's completely skew with. I'll leave it there because I need to get some fixings in this, and I don't want to come along too far with these tiles. But I might have a spare tile to replace this funny dodgy bent one. That's rubbish. See if I can find a spare tile from somewhere. Anyway, right. Enough for one day. I'll crack on tomorrow. Workshop is an absolute tip. Welcome to the realities of workshop ownership when I haven't had time to tidy up. Anyway, next challenge is the battens, and we've got a little bit of a dilemma here because I have got some roofing batten. This is roofing batten here, and modern roofing batten is a lot thicker than old roofing battens, and if we want our tiles to sit nice on the roof, we're going to have to make our replacement battens the same size as the old battens. So unfortunately these new ones aren't really any good, so I'm gonna have to get the table sorted out and rip down some bits of wood to the correct size. So we are shooting for, well, 1620 and 1207 long. I've already measured them, and we'll go 40 by 20. Luckily, I've got all this leftover lovely treated timber from doing the decking. So I might as well make use of this. The only slight downside is that it's very wet, which isn't ideal for applying wood treatment, but such is life. I think probably best bet, let's trim it down. Is this going to be big enough to get to lots of 40? No, it's not. Okay. What did we need? 1620 and 1207. Bloody cameras in the road. Great. I'm gonna have to clean the saw out. I can't bloody lift the blade. those bits of wood outside in the sun to dry off a bit while I tidy up this disgusting tip of a workshop. That is so much better. The workshop's tidy again. So, I'm just going to quickly slap some wood preserver on these. I mean, these are treated anyway, but I think since it's been ripped down so much and cut on so many faces, it's probably worth doing. Right, ladies and gents, we are on the home straight. I'm just going to pop a bit of wood preserver on the cut ends and basically anything I can get access to easily. I might as well shove it on there. Just of the existing battens. It's mainly that cut end that I want to be a little bit protected. And then I am going to pre-drill. This batten was never actually attached in, but I'm going to pre-drill it just to stop the wood from splitting. I'm using aluminium roofing nails. You're going to fit? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I did fix in the eaves trays last night, just with some galvanised nails underneath the felt. It is into the top of the fascia. I had pretty much no option there, but it is all good. Oh man, I'm having a bit of a time of it here. I was just about done. I thought I was nearly finished. And I pushed this tile back and I've just noticed an enormous hole in the felt just there, and that's no good. And the trouble is, I can't get anything underneath because I've already nailed the plastic in, and I can't get anything past that nail. So I'm going to have to try and get this nail out, which is a bit of a nightmare. So I thought I would just add to the joy by filming it, but you know, this is real life. Let's see if I can get this out. If I could get the head off the nail, that would do it. There we go. Oh, half of the head. Can't believe I didn't notice it, but one of them things. I think that's enough. That will get past it. Hammer it on that. Needless to say, I swore quite a lot when I spotted that. So I'm going to have to get another piece of this under. Should be alright. Oh man, we're so close. We are in. Right, the batten will hold that in place actually, but what I am going to do, let's pop a bit of sealant up this top edge. I don't mind about it going underneath here because we've got plastic all the way down to the gutter, but we don't want anything kind of creeping up that way, so. Not the neatest job in the world, but should work. I'm absolutely covered in goop. I will give the gutters a quick vacuum out before I come down from the roof, but you don't need to watch me do that. I'm not going to lie, could have been easier, but one of those things with old roofs. It's probably due a new roof at some point, but hopefully we'll get another 10 years or so out of it. Now that these eaves protectors are in and doing their job. So folks, I think we'll call that done. As per usual, I am no expert with this sort of stuff. I'm just showing you how I would approach a job like this, but hopefully you've got something from it. If you've got anything to add, if you're a roofer or if you have done this sort of job before and you've got any extra tips that you would like to add to this, please pop them down in the comments below, because as per usual, we learn so much off each other on this channel. For now folks, don't forget to hit subscribe if you are new to the channel. Look after one another, be nice to each other. We shall see you next time. Tatty bye.